This is a really important conference because it brings together two streams of work. One looks at how you can use some public money to provide blended finance, which is a mixture of commercial and public money, in a way that can generate better development outcomes in places where you couldn't do that before. And at the same time, how you can use this blended finance as a way of promoting a vision of the kind of economic development that you want for your own country, which many people call industrial policy. And the value added of this event is that it brings together the people who think about blended finance and the people who think about industrial policy to be able to see if together they could come up with an even better result.
So far, I've found three basic points that I've taken from the discussions. One, a general recognition that to achieve the development goals that we all seek will require huge amounts of funding far beyond the amounts that any public sector institutions can provide. And therefore, a blending of finance, taking into account private sector sources, is absolutely necessary. Secondly, despite a lot of buzzwords like industrial policy, it turns out there's not a lot of agreement yet on exactly what these things mean. Rather, it strikes me that the broad takeaway here is that rather than some kind of lockstep or ideologically based approach or a one-size-fits-all view of what needs to be done, what is required is a very pragmatic, a very contextualized response to the challenges that we face. In other words, when you hear the arguments that sound the best, it's really applied common sense. So, big problem, public and private contributions are needed, and the guidance is, rather than a few simple principles, broad common sense.